Okay, we need to talk about Jenny Mullen's boy mom borderline incestuous post because this isn't even the first time she's done something questionable. A questionable post that was sexual in nature that related to her son. So in case you haven't seen it, Jenny Mullen posted these photos of her and her son, and the caption was, "Your eldest son will be the most toxic guy you ever date." Come again? We're not dating our sons. And if when your son misbehaves, your first thought is, ugh, just like my toxic ex, I'm scared. Now, I have often preached about boy moms and how they borderline into emotional incest. And how usually that comes from a place of them not being fulfilled sexually or just intimately by their partner, and then therefore they find that in their sons. Ugh! And we know that Jason Biggs and her recently split. But I want to take it back to 2022. Buckle the truck up. Jenny went viral back then, and it was because she received a message from a teacher that read as follows. Today in school, your son shared with his classmates that you are in Copenhagen on an adult trip eating, pardon my language, tons of. While I hate to bother you on your vacation, I felt strongly that you should be aware and perhaps address the issue at your earliest convenience. Ugh. Now, mind you, her son was 8 years old at the time. Now, Jenny was a somewhat influencer at this point, but she posted this and was like, ha ha ha, I'm actually in Copenhagen and I was eating, at a Michelin star restaurant, and they fed me a dish that was a reindeer ragu made of. And that's where my son must have got it. And that's why my 8-year-old son was telling everyone that I was eating tons of. But here's the rub, as Kiki would say. The media starts picking up this story because it's hilarious. I mean, how embarrassing. What are the chances? Not good, friends, not good. Because after it started getting picked up by major news outlets, eventually she had to admit she made the whole thing up. She did eat the reindeer ragu that was made of reindeer. But in that moment she said, oh my God, you know what would be hilarious? If my 8-year-old son went to school and said I was eating tons of. This is what comes from the mind of Jenny Mollen. And Jason was very upset by this because he went to school and all the parents were asking about it because the parents at the school thought it was real. And Jenny, about this story, said, quote, I was myself laughing while writing it. Now, I'm not saying one should lie, but if you were deciding it was such a funny idea that you were eating reindeer, there's a million ways to make up a story that don't involve your 8-year-old going to his class and talking about how much you're eating. But that is what she chose. Girl, full-grown woman, please. I don't even know which story is worse. Let me know in the comments which one you think is more deplorable. But honestly, I think it's a pattern at this point. And one in which I have a lot of questions. Boy moms need to be stopped.